Joel Osteen, a name recognized worldwide. Known for his uplifting sermons, million-selling books, and massive Lakewood Church, he's one of the most influential televangelists of our time. But behind the dazzling smile and positive messages lies a story that's both inspiring and controversial. Have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of his ministry? Or what could possibly shake the foundation of such a well-oiled empire? From public controversies to personal struggles, today, we're diving into the untold story of Joel Osteen. Stay tuned, because what we will uncover might just surprise you. Joel Osteen's journey to global recognition. Joel Osteen didn't start as the famous preacher we all know today. In fact, he avoided the pulpit for much of his early life. Born in 1963 in Houston, Texas, Joel grew up in a family deeply rooted in faith. His father, John Osteen, was a charismatic preacher who founded Lakewood Church in the most unassuming of places, a converted feed store. While it may not have looked like much at first, John's vision and passion laid the foundation for what would eventually become one of the largest and most influential ministries in the world. For years, Joel stayed in the background, far from the spotlight. He worked behind the scenes, producing his father's television broadcasts. This role suited him perfectly, as he had a natural talent for storytelling, visuals, and connecting with audiences from afar. These skills would prove invaluable in the years to come. However, life had an unexpected twist in store for Joel. In 1999, John Osteen passed away suddenly, leaving a massive void in the church and the hearts of its congregation. At the time, Joel had never delivered a sermon. Imagine the pressure of stepping into such big shoes when you've never even spoken to a crowd. Yet, despite his inexperience, Joel felt a pull, a calling even, to take up his father's mantle and lead Lakewood Church. And this is just the beginning of his story. What happened next took his influence to a whole new level. A leap of faith, from hesitant leader to inspirational figure. When Joel Osteen officially became the senior pastor of Lakewood Church in the year 2000, few could have predicted the incredible transformation that was about to take place. Under his leadership, the church didn't just grow, it skyrocketed to become one of the largest congregations in the world. What made Joel's sermons stand out was their unwavering focus on positivity, hope, and encouragement. He had a knack for connecting with people on a deeply personal level, offering them practical wisdom to navigate life's challenges. This new approach resonated with millions, drawing larger crowds than ever before. Soon, Lakewood Church outgrew its original building, prompting a bold move. In 2005, the church relocated to the former Compaq Center, a massive arena that had once hosted NBA games. After extensive renovations, the space was transformed into a state-of-the-art sanctuary that could seat over 16,000 people. Imagine walking into a church that felt like a world-class stadium. It was a game changer. Joel's reach didn't stop at the church doors. His best-selling book, Your Best Life Now, became a global phenomenon, selling millions of copies and inspiring readers to embrace a more optimistic outlook on life. At the same time, his TV broadcasts were reaching viewers in over 100 countries, making his messages of hope and faith accessible to people from all walks of life. It seemed like nothing could slow Joel Osteen's meteoric rise. Or could it? The Osteen family dynamic. Joel's incredible journey isn't one he's walked alone. Standing beside him every step of the way is his wife, Victoria Osteen, who serves as the co-pastor of Lakewood Church. Victoria isn't just a supporting figure, she's a dynamic leader in her own right. Known for her engaging talks and warm personality, she plays a vital role in shaping the church's mission and outreach. The partnership between Joel and Victoria is a cornerstone of Lakewood's success. Together, they've built a ministry that blends faith with practicality, drawing people who might not have felt at home in a traditional church setting. But even their family dynamic has faced its share of challenges and controversies, which makes their story all the more intriguing. And yet, as their influence grows, so do the questions about the balance between faith and fame. Is their success a testament to divine blessing, or does it raise deeper questions about the modern-day megachurch? Joel Osteen's unique preaching style. With his ever-present smile, youthful energy, and friendly approach, Osteen has become a global phenomenon, delivering sermons that feel more like personal pep talks than theological lessons. Joel believes in keeping things simple, relatable, and, most importantly, uplifting. At the core of Osteen's message is the idea that God wants you to live your best life, a life filled with joy, success, and abundance. His sermons focus on themes like overcoming challenges, embracing positivity, and trusting in God's plan for you. This feel-good philosophy has earned him a devoted following, with millions tuning in to his televised services and thousands flocking to Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, every week. Lakewood Church itself is a testament to his influence. What started as a modest congregation has grown into one of the largest in the world, with its services held in a massive former sports arena. It's not just a church, it's an experience. The music, visuals, and Osteen's magnetic presence all work together to create an atmosphere that leaves attendees feeling hopeful and inspired. While Osteen's message has brought comfort to many, it's not without controversy. His critics often label his style as the feel-good gospel, arguing that it prioritizes positivity over the deeper, more challenging aspects of faith. Traditional Christian teachings often emphasize themes like repentance, sacrifice, and the complexities of human sin, but Osteen takes a different route. Instead, his sermons steer clear of difficult theological debates and focus on messages of self-improvement and optimism. This shift in focus has left some wondering, is Joel Osteen more of a motivational speaker than a pastor? For his supporters, the answer doesn't matter. They see his ability to inspire and uplift as a much-needed antidote to life's struggles. For his detractors, however, this approach feels shallow and disconnected from the core of Christianity. One of the most debated aspects of Osteen's ministry is his association with the prosperity gospel, a belief that faith, paired with positive thinking, can lead to material wealth and success. For many of his followers, this message is empowering, offering hope that God wants them to thrive not just spiritually but financially as well. But critics argue this philosophy oversimplifies faith and reduces God's blessings to a transaction. They worry that it places undue pressure on those facing financial difficulties, suggesting that a lack of success might reflect a lack of faith. There's also concern about how this message impacts vulnerable individuals. For those in desperate situations, the promise of financial miracles might lead them to donate money they can't afford to give, hoping for divine intervention. Critics question whether this creates an unhealthy dynamic where faith is tied too closely to financial gain. So, what makes Joel Osteen's approach so effective? It's his ability to connect. Whether you're watching him on TV or sitting in the crowd at Lakewood Church, he has a way of making you feel like he's talking directly to you. His messages are easy to understand, his stories are relatable, and his delivery feels genuine and heartfelt. Love him or question him, there's no denying Joel Osteen's impact. He's found a way to bridge the gap between faith and everyday life, reaching people who might never set foot in a traditional church. However, lately, things have seemed different. Recent developments. Lately, Joel Osteen's public appearances have become less frequent, and many of his fans have noticed subtle shifts in his messages. For someone who rose to prominence with such a visible presence, this change has sparked curiosity. Is Joel experiencing burnout from decades of constant preaching? Or could it be a strategic pivot in his ministry, adapting to an evolving world and audience? One of the more widely discussed possibilities is that Joel has begun focusing more on digital platforms, shifting his attention to reach a younger, more tech-savvy generation. However, not everyone is convinced that this shift is purely about adapting to modern technology. Some speculate that internal struggles or external pressures could also be at play. So could this really be the case? Keep watching and let's dig deeper. Public controversies. It's no secret that Joel Osteen has faced his fair share of criticism. One of the most heated debates surrounding his ministry centers on his wealth and how it aligns, or doesn't, with the messages he preaches. Joel Osteen is, without a doubt, one of the wealthiest pastors in the world, with a reported net worth of nearly $100 million. His lavish lifestyle, complete with a sprawling mansion in Houston's exclusive River Oaks neighborhood, valued at over $11 million, only fuels the perception of wealth that seems far removed from the struggles of many of his followers. Critics question how Osteen's financial success aligns with his role as a religious figure. Osteen has repeatedly stated that he does not draw a salary from Lakewood Church. Instead, he claims that his wealth comes primarily from his media ventures like best-selling books and motivational speaking, which have earned him significant royalties. His books, such as Your Best Life Now and I Declare, have sold millions of copies and cemented his reputation as a motivational figure. Despite his explanations, the optics of Osteen's wealth are difficult to ignore. His private jet, although never publicly confirmed, has been widely rumored and adds fuel to the fire. Critics argue that private jets and multi-million-dollar mansions are difficult to reconcile with the values of humility, service, and selflessness that many expect from religious leaders. These allegations contribute to the perception of Osteen as someone who profits off his followers rather than truly serving them. One of the most contentious moments in Osteen's career came during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021. Lakewood Church, which boasts some of the largest memberships in the country, received over $4 million in federal relief funds through the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP. The church later repaid the money, but the backlash was swift and fierce. Critics questioned why a church that reportedly doesn't pay its pastor a salary and has significant financial resources would seek government aid. The perception that Osteen and Lakewood Church were living far beyond the means of ordinary churchgoers, while accepting government relief meant for struggling businesses, sparked outrage. For many, this incident highlighted a disconnect between Osteen's teachings on faith, positivity, and abundance, and his actions during a time of widespread financial uncertainty. This incident didn't go unnoticed, and the public responded with anger and disappointment. While Osteen and his church defended their decision by saying the money helped maintain payroll and keep staff employed, the optics of a wealthy pastor accepting aid during a crisis left many questioning the integrity of his message. Another major public controversy surrounding Joel Osteen emerged during Hurricane Harvey in 2017. When Houston was devastated by historic flooding, many expected Lakewood Church to step up as a relief center. Instead, the church initially faced criticism for not opening its doors quickly enough to accommodate displaced flood victims. Osteen later explained that his church had delayed the opening due to safety concerns and logistical challenges, but the damage to his reputation was already done. The perception that Osteen and his church prioritized appearances over practical assistance further deepened the public skepticism. For some, this incident symbolized a disconnect between the preacher's sermons on faith, love, and compassion, and his actions in times of crisis. Joel Osteen's ministry has sparked deep division. For his supporters, his uplifting, motivational style has been a source of hope and encouragement. His simple, positive messages have resonated with millions of people seeking guidance and comfort. His focus on self-belief and personal success, though often criticized, has made him a powerful and popular figure in the realm of contemporary Christianity. However, for his critics, Osteen's reliance on the prosperity gospel, his immense wealth, and his perceived disconnect from the struggles of his followers paint a troubling picture. They argue that his material success and lavish lifestyle are at odds with the humble, service-oriented principles many associate with Christianity. At the heart of the debate is the question, is Joel Osteen a preacher who inspires, or a figure too preoccupied with wealth and personal gain? And how has he handled the fallout from these controversies? Osteen's organizational and personal challenges. Running a ministry as massive as Lakewood Church isn't as simple as it might seem from the outside. With tens of thousands of members and millions of followers tuning in from all over the world, the level of scrutiny Joel Osteen faces is immense. One of the most talked about issues has been financial transparency. Reports have surfaced questioning how Lakewood Church allocates its funds, especially when it comes to maintaining its sprawling facilities and covering the seemingly lavish lifestyle associated with Osteen himself. Critics have pointed out the church's multi-million-dollar arena, expensive media production, and what they perceive as a focus on material wealth. Questions surrounding donations and how much of it really reaches the church's charitable endeavors have led to accusations of financial mismanagement. These criticisms are part of what fuels the ongoing debate about whether Osteen's ministry is truly serving the public interest or prioritizing more worldly gains. Leadership transitions within Lakewood Church have also sparked scrutiny. Osteen has had to make difficult decisions regarding the future of the ministry. Some wonder if these changes signal a church adapting to modern times, or if they hint at deeper organizational struggles. What remains clear is that Joel Osteen's ability to keep Lakewood Church running, despite these challenges, is a testament to his resilience. However, managing a church of this size certainly hasn't come without its costs, both to the church and to Osteen personally. From the outside, Joel Osteen appears as the picture of unwavering positivity. His public persona is one of calm, optimism, and unshakable faith. However, behind the scenes, he's faced his share of personal struggles. The loss of his father, John Osteen, was a pivotal moment in his life, thrusting him into a role he hadn't prepared for. John was not just a preacher, but the founder of Lakewood Church, a larger-than-life figure whose passing left a monumental void. For years, Joel had shied away from the pulpit, preferring to stay behind the scenes, focusing on producing his father's televised broadcasts. The sudden responsibility of leading the church following his father's death in 1999 must have been overwhelming. He hadn't envisioned himself stepping into such a prominent leadership role, and the pressure to fill his father's shoes was immense. Balancing his duties as a husband, father, and global spiritual leader is no small feat. Joel rarely opens up about his personal life, keeping much of it out of the public eye. But glimpses of his struggles do surface occasionally. The weight of leading a massive congregation, managing his family, and dealing with the ever-present expectations has taken a toll. The pressure to maintain a perfect image while addressing the criticisms leveled against his ministry must be exhausting. Yet, through it all, Joel Osteen has managed to carry on, leaning on his faith as his anchor. His ability to maintain composure and deliver messages of hope in the face of personal and organizational challenges is what keeps his followers believing in his message. Whether you agree with his approach or not, there's no denying the emotional and mental strain that comes with being in his position. Adaptation to a new era. Joel Osteen has never been one to shy away from reinvention. In recent years, his ministry has undergone a notable transformation, embracing digital platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and podcasts to reach audiences in entirely new ways. The shift to these digital spaces has allowed him to connect with millions who might not have access to traditional church services, opening up new channels for his message of hope and positivity. This adaptation to modern media reflects an understanding that the world is constantly evolving. As social media and online content become increasingly dominant, Osteen has adapted his ministry to meet the changing needs of his audience. His sermons have subtly shifted, placing a greater emphasis on mental health, inner peace, and the struggles many face in today's fast-paced, often overwhelming world. It's clear that Joel Osteen recognizes the importance of staying relevant in a rapidly changing culture. His focus on self-care and mental well-being speaks to a broader societal shift toward prioritizing mental health. In many ways, his approach reflects the growing desire for spiritual guidance that also aligns with contemporary concerns about mental health, which has become more openly discussed in recent years. While Osteen has proven to be adaptable, remaining a central figure in the lives of countless followers, there are bound to be continued debates about his message. His critics may argue that his shift toward mental health and positivity diverts too far from traditional Christian teachings, while his supporters may view these changes as evidence of his ongoing relevance. One thing that's undeniable is Osteen's ability to inspire hope and resilience in people, regardless of where they stand on the spectrum of belief. But the question remains, what does the future hold for Joel Osteen and Lakewood Church? Will he continue to inspire millions through his evolving message, or are we seeing the beginning of the end for his ministry? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, fam. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, leave nice comments, and subscribe to our channel. Before you leave, check out the next video that pops up on your screen. You'll be mind blown.